Getting the action underway as referee for this one, Denzel Sharma, blows to kick this off. First assistant referee today, Quentin Benetti. Second assistant referee, Benjamin Ritson. And the fourth official for this one, Billy Cheng. TSS come into this game, as I mentioned, this weekend. First in League 1 BC, 9 games played, 17 points. 5 wins, 2 draws, 2 losses. 21 goals for and 5 against. It's been feast or famine in terms of goals for them. They've had 4 clean sheets as the ball played through here to Habibullah early, and Hicks coming up with a big early save. Kean Proctor playing Habibullah in there. Yeah, feast or famine for TSS so far. 4 clean sheets, but they have been kept off the score sheet in 3 matches as well. For Unity, sitting third in the League 1 BC standings, 10 games played, 15 points, 4 wins, 3 draws, 3 losses, 21 goals for, 10 against, 4 clean sheets for Unity as well, but they have also been kept off the score sheet twice, and one of those was in the previous meeting between these two sides at Swangard on May 20th. Braces by Ivan Mahale and Masood Habibullah that day gave TSS Rovers a 4-0 win. As Tommy Powell plays one in there for Unity. Keishan Francois just going over there, but it's going to be a throw-in to the home side on the far side, midway in the TSS half. Flag up very quickly for offside there. Heading into this one, we were hoping it might have been a battle between the league's 2 top scorers with 7 goals apiece. For Unity, Victory Shambusho. For TSS with 7 goals, Eric Edwardson. Edwardson missing with a hamstring injury this afternoon that he picked up in that draw with the Whitecaps on Wednesday night. Victory Shambusho getting married this afternoon, so we wish him all the very best. Known Victory for many years now from his time at the Whitecaps and out at UBC. Hope he has a great afternoon. Certainly a great afternoon for TSS with that 7-goal man not in the starting lineup. Zohar now plays that forward to Proctor. Habibullah's dropped deep for the Rovers here. Sprays that one out to the far side to Corin McMillan. Dillon sends that one, it's bouncing about. Proctor plays it back to Zohar, making the overlap and run. It's Nico Papake. Sends into the centre. Proctor just can't connect on that one. And it just runs through the back, but McMillan picks it up here for TSS. Nice little touch inside to Jones. Back to C-Mac. And TSS forced back here, and giving the ball away as well was Tyler Dillon there. Shmichenko though wins it back for the Rovers. Jones forward to Habibullah. And Dillon with a big tackle in there to send that one out for a Unity throw-in. This the first of 5 straight away games for TSS Rovers to end the season. Swangard Stadium not available to the Rovers or to Whitecaps too, or anyone for that matter, for the months of July and August. So a very home heavy schedule to start off for TSS. Third away game of the season for the Rovers. They lost 1-0 at the Whitecaps before winning big last Sunday 5-1 at altitude. Good ball played in there to Mihai Hodut. Hodut trying to dance through 2 Rovers players there, but the Rovers come away with it. Kyle Jones now sends it forward quickly, looking for Habibullah, but that's cut out by Eli Guindo. Papakiriakopoulos plays it back to Sandu. What a goal that was on Wednesday night from Nico to give the Rovers that opening lead. Absolute blast, which I did say on the commentary, haven't seen that from Nico before, but Spoke to his dad afterwards, who said, have you not seen his goals at SFU? He has scored a few bangers like that there. As Unity win it back now. Tommy Powell nudged off the ball there by Sagawa. Powell looking for a call there from the referee. It was a high arm from Sagawa. Unity though just have to settle for a throw-in just inside the Rovers half here. Fast-paced start to that one as Unity will win themselves a free kick. Another challenge there from Sagawa. It was an even half hour in the first meeting between these two sides before TSS took the lead in the half hour mark. Ivan Mejia scoring that day. Brace for the Colombian. Not in the lineup today. Has been training with Vancouver FC. But not able to go this afternoon for TSS. And Edwardson, 2 big losses for the Rovers. Edwardson with 7 goals and 4 assists on the season. Ivan Mejia getting a 5th goal and a 7th assist through the first 9 games for TSS. As Unity move this one about. Kyle Jones comes away with it, plays it forward to McMillan. Jones making the overlapping run, gets the ball back, looking for Tyler Dillon to make that run up the wing, but Jones forced back there. Zohar now to his SFU teammate Papakiriakopoulos. The press from Unity forcing that one back to Barrett, but Zohar now gets this back, got a chance to bring it forward for the Rovers. Captain McMillan inside to Jones. Zohar tries to poke that through to Habibullah, but an important foot there from Francis Powell. Talking of fantastic goals, if you didn't check out Kyle Jones' goal for the Rovers against Altitude in that game on Sunday, you have to check that out. Our photographer, Tommy Waziak, captured that fantastically at the game. Meant to mention at the start, I am your match commentator, Michael McCall. This stream brought to you in partnership with aftn.ca. Check out all our stuff all season long on aftn.ca and the AFTN Soccer Podcast. Shmachenko now plays that one forward to McMillan. Taken off his foot though by Joey Sale. This Unity side, of course, made up of a number of Trinity Western Spartans players. Quite a young Unity side this year though as well, because 12 Spartans first years, or 2022 rookies, are on this Unity squad for the League One season. Well closed down there by Kian Proctor, taking that off the foot of Devin Chesko. Chesko gets that one back, plays it forward, but only onto the head of Shmachenko. Unity win it back though. Powell plays that inside. Zohar had to get an important foot in there. It's won back though by Francis Powell now. Gets into the TSS box and gets that taken off his foot by Sagawa, who's brought down. Referee giving a free kick to the Rovers here. In the 10th minute here at Chase Office Field. Still goalless between these two sides. Jones, a long one forward to Habibullah. Thought that was offside, but the linesman kept his flag down there. Barrett forward to Proctor. Nice little back heel there from Proctor into the path of Sagawa, and another foul goes against Sagawa, which Proctor takes quickly here. Plays that into McMillan, who goes down in the box. Referee not having any of that. Waves it away. Great anticipation there from the 17-year-old Proctor to get on with that free kick very quickly. Got his first 2 goals as a Rover last Sunday. First start now as a Rover this afternoon here in Langley. Barrett trying to bring that out, but under good pressure there from Zander Roxburgh. Papakyriakopoulos and acres of room here on the left wing, and Sagawa finds him, keeps himself onside, and a loose one there, and he comes away with the ball as well, but now the flag does go up for offside. Chesko plays that inside. Great footwork there from Jordan Lowe, and he plays this one forward looking for Roxburgh. Roxburgh forced wide there by Barrett. Tucks it inside. Cut across the goal there, but Tyler Dillon back there. Nice little cutback there from Mihai Hodut. Hodut, one of the players away with the Canadian team recently in that whole $1 million tournament that caught a lot of the imagination, the 7-a-side tournament. Got to the final along with his UBC varsity teammate from last year. Didn't come away with $1 million though. Wonder if he would have taken this summer off if he had. Barrett now brings this one out for TSS. Zohar now chips that one forward for McMillan to run on. It's going to take a lot to get that over the head of Guindo, and Unity get that one cleared. Guindo, a former TSS Rovers player himself. Papake back, knocking that out for a throw, and Hodut quickly gets on with it. Good foot in there from Proctor, but Chesko now over with the throw-in, just inside the Rovers half here. Good hustle from both sides so far. Ashmachenko looks to play this one long for Proctor. Big man brings it down. Poked away though by Chesko. I feel like it's going to be a great battle this afternoon between Proctor and Chesko. As Proctor tracks back well there, plays it up the left wing here to Kyle Jones. Jones whips it into the box looking for Habibullah, but it's too close to David Hicks. One of the more experienced players on this Unity side, the former Fraser Valley Cascades alumni, is assistant coach with the Cascades. Be interesting to see Kean Proctor fire a few shots in on him. Proctor going to be going to Fraser Valley this coming Canada West season. Guindo now brings it out for Unity. Big centre back under pressure there from Habibullah. And Lowe now brings this one forward, tries to play in the middle, looking for Tommy Powell. But it's Dillon that's going to come away with it for the Rovers. Zohar forced to take a step back and take his time here as he looks for something to open up ahead of him. Back with Shmichenko now. Zohar up to Habibullah. Little touch outside from the striker to Zohar. Sagawa now takes a touch, runs forward. Again, looking for someone to make the run here. McMillan and Jones, nice little bit of interplay there. Sagawa plays it centrally to Papakyriakopoulos. TSS having to play a patient game here. Giveaway there by Jones. But Sagawa gets it back for TSS. Avoids the challenge. Sprays it out to the right to Dillon. And McMillan hits off the Unity player there. It's going to be a throw in for TSS midway in the Unity half here. Into the 16th minute. Still scoreless here in Langley. Definitely feeling very reminiscent of the meeting between these two teams back in May. TSS had to be patient that day to get the breakthrough. Then when the first goal came, second came in very quick succession. But it's Unity now. Long ball forward here. Tommy Powell has a chance to bring this down. He's got Hodu inside of him. Plays it to Hodu at the edge of the box. Unity now trying to find space themselves in and around the Rovers box. Chesko back to Joey Sale. He has to play it back, and Proctor, great hustle play there by Proctor, and good block by him as well. Takes that away and he wins the battle with Chesko as well. Centres it into Habibullah. Habibullah takes a touch inside, but Gindo back well, covering, takes that ball off Habibullah's foot. And a long clearance there by the big centre-back up the pitch. Eli Gindo coming off a fantastic amateur season with BB5 United, winning the treble with them. Plays his winter football in the VMSL with the Surrey side. Shmachenko chips that one forward. Looking for Habibullah, but headed away by Hajeki. Now Unity will come away with it. Powell getting the better of Sagawa. Sagawa, well, with a foot out. Been a few challenges by Sagawa in the early going here. Feel this could be his last warning before referee brings a yellow card out for him. Unity will move it along their back line. Gindo out to Chesko. Up the wing for Hodut to chase down. Chesko gets it back out to Hodut. Hodut gets past his man, hits the byline here, sends one into the back post, only finds the head though of Tyler Dillon. It's clear to the edge of the box and a wild swing at that one from Unity. Linesman with the flag up for the offside there on the tracking back from Hodut. And TSS will get quickly on with this. Barrett now. Jones looking again for some movement in any of the channels here. TSS not finding a lot of space out there, having a lot of possession, but some good marking by Unity, not allowing them to do too much with it. Shmachenko. So he was looking for another long ball forward there. Plays that across to his centre-back partner, Barrett. Another Fraser Valley Cascade on the field today. It's Papakyriakopoulos. Tries to play that inside back to Proctor, but it's Unity that's going to come away with it. Low. Gets this to Hodut now, who storms forward here for Unity. He's got Sagawa in front of him. Cuts inside. Still can't find the space to get the shot off. Plays it across the goal there. No Unity players there, and it's Dillon that cuts it out. McMillan now to Habibullah. Dillon getting far advanced, looking to play that back to McMillan. Just had a little bit too much onto that, and that's going to run through to David Hicks in the Unity goal. Deflection there. Falls kindly as it lines up for Jones. His eyes bulging there at a chance to hit another cracker like he did last weekend. Did not connect well on that one, and I think it's more running into the campus than being any threat to David Hicks there. Good defensive play from Unity through the first 21 minutes of this one. Haven't really allowed a sniff for Habibullah up there. Outside of that opening burst in the first minute when he was played in on goal by Proctor. TSS move it out from the back now. Shmachenko has it. Jones against Shmachenko, telling him to try and go long. Run was made there by Kyriakopoulos. Barrett there with the through ball now to McMillan. Out to Kyriakopoulos. Inside again, back to McMillan. To Sagawa at the edge of the box. Again, no chance to get a shot off there. Good closing down by Unity. Jones out to Zohar, and their TSS will now try up the other side. Shmachenko now plays a nice through one to Habibullah, gets the ball back and goes down in the box, and this time it is a penalty for the Rovers as McMillan goes down in the box under the challenge there in the 24th minute, and it's a chance now for TSS to take the lead in this one. Eric Edwardson, the normal penalty taker for TSS, out with a hamstring injury this afternoon. It's going to be Masood Habibullah tasked with firing the Rovers in the lead here. Habibullah against Hicks. Habibullah steps up, sends Hicks the wrong way, and that's a fourth of the season now for Masood Habibullah. And the Rovers have the lead here in Langley in the 25th minute. Unity 0, TSS Rovers 1. The Swan Guardians have their smoke out again. And the Rovers looking to go back to the top of the standings. 1-0 up. Looking to build on that now. First penalty of the season for Masood Habibullah. Fourth goal of the season now to go with his one assist. having a good season with the Rovers after making the switch from altitude last year. Unity now, what have they got to get back into it? That's Habibullah's third goal now against Unity this season. Got a second half double in the first meeting at Swangard. Unity though, straight back at it as they try and get themselves back on level terms. Didn't see who did the challenge on McMillan. We'll watch that back when we get the video footage. Long ball forward, looking for hold it there, but Nick Barrett cuts it out. Referee calls it back. Certainly let it go quite a bit before calling it back there, but it's going to be a Unity free kick. About 10 yards inside the Rovers half here. Chesko standing over this one for Unity. Sends it into the box, looking for the head of Ginda, who makes the run, but bounces off him into the arms of Sandu. And the Rovers keeper will get this out to Kyle Jones now. Inside to Zohar. Nice run made there by Papakyriakopoulos. Looks up to see who's in the box. He's got Habibullah waiting for him. Just hits that one too high. Header away, and it's going to be now Unity that come away with it as Powell knocks that one on. Keishon Francois plays that forward, and this is a chance now for Roxborough to bear in goal, and he fires it in first time on it. Sandu, who collects it at the second attempt. Do wonder if it would have been better for him to let it bounce and take that in a little bit before getting that shot, but he was under a lot of pressure there from the Rovers defence. Papakyriakopoulos in acres of room on the left side here if they can get the ball over them. Instead, Shmachenko plays it long, looking for Jones, but Hicks out to get this one. Gindo now, forward to Tommy Powell. Rare loose ball from him there, picked off by Dillon. Jones inside to Zohar now. Zohar plays it out to Habibullah. He's got Gindo in front of him, cuts inside, trying to get the shot off. Plays inside to Zohar, who takes a touch. Maybe needed to hit that more to the outside than inside there to get the room he was looking for. But Unity scramble that one clear. Sandu sends this one out. It's coming straight towards us, but intercepted by Papakyriakopoulos. Can't keep it in though. He did avoid hitting my computer, so I'm happy for him for that. I think it was given as a free kick for handball actually in the end, but Unity forced to play it back anyway, and they're going to build out off the back again. Ajeki plays it out to Francois. Doesn't time that well. Gets a sarcastic cheer from the Swan Guardians, who are out this afternoon on the far side there. Shmachenko.
Yeah, I know where she is. I don't know where she is, I'll find her. Thank you. Yeah.
Shmachenko gets it back from his keeper. Shmachenko again.
Call Rob.
TSS not able to advance the ball too far at the moment. It's all getting bogged down in the middle of the park. Habibullah dropping deep now to get it. Plays it back to Barrett. He brings it over the halfway line. Chips a nice one forward, looking for McMillan again. The big man Gindo there. Getting onto that. It's chipped over now from Powell into Holdit. Holdit chips it over. Papakiriakopoulos. Still Holdit. Gets into the box now. Gets past Barrett now as well. Holdit who runs out of room. Has to play it back to Tommy Powell who hits that one. Takes a touch off Shmachenko. And it's going to be out for, I think, the first corner of the afternoon for Unity. Might be their second. They might have had one over here on the other side earlier. As usual. Forgot to keep track of that. There's going to be Tommy Powell to send this corner. It's a low one, doesn't fully connect on it, just into the near post, and it's cleared by Zohar. Unity get the ball back though. This time it is sent in, looking onto the head of Gindo, who left it, thinking he maybe had a man running in behind, and that's just going to run out for a Rovers goal kick. In the 32nd minute here at Chase Office Field in Langley, Rovers 1 goal to the good from Masood Habibullah's 25th minute penalty. Zohar now bringing this forward for the Rovers. Out to McMillan. Cuts inside. Rovers captain still with it. And another challenge on McMillan from the back there. You heard the cry as he went down there. Giving the Rovers a free kick. It's right in Kyle Jones' territory for this one. About 20 yards from goal. Very similar to where he hit his goal against Altitude last weekend. This time he's got a chance to do it from a dead ball situation. Jones and Zohar stepping over this. Be very surprised though if it's not Kyle Jones that hits it, and I am surprised it's Zohar who chips it in. Shmachenko goes down in the box appealing for a penalty. Referee having none of that, and the ball runs into the arms of David Hicks. Gindo now under pressure from Habibullah. He does get it forward though to Tommy Powell. Plays it inside to Lowe. He's got Holdut to his outside, but it's forced back under the attention of Zohar. Chesko now sends that over to the other wing, looking for Keyshawn Francois. But Dillon wins that one back. And now it's out for a Unity throw-in. Roxburgh plays that one back to Francois, and Rovers press, forcing this one back from Unity. Zohar in a very advanced position. We don't usually see him that far up the field. He's the only man as the ball played forward, cut inside below. Lowe's got a chance now, gets a shot off, but it's a weak one, and that's easily handled there by Sandhu. That was a great chance there for Unity, and Jordan Lowe really should have done better in that situation. One of the many Spartans rookies that is in this Unity side. As McMillan now on the ball for the Rovers, cuts into the box. Still McMillan tries to put it through the legs of Gindo, but Gindo more than a match for that and gets his foot on it to clear it up to Francois. Still Francois. Hasn't got any room to go anywhere though, and just has to play this one back. And the Rovers win a throw in there, and they get another throw in now. Sagawa takes a look up to see what his options are. Forced to play it back though to Barrett. Jones now inside to Zohar. Nice little back flick there from McMillan, looking for Habibullah, but Unity now have a chance to clear. Tommy Powell plays it up the wing here for Mihai Hodut. UBC Thunderbird against the SFU man here, and it's the UBC man getting the better so far. Hodut sends it in, it's flicked on there by Roxburgh. TSS can't get this one cleared just yet. Now they've got a chance to get forward, and Zohar again in a good advanced position there. Habibullah plays it out to the right now to Dillon, who plays it back in looking for Proctor. He's been very quiet in the last little bit here for TSS in his first start. McMillan now to Proctor, tries to play that back to McMillan. Important foot in there though by Chesko, who clears it well up the pitch here for Hodut. It's Hodut against Papakiriakopoulos again. Hodut getting the better of a lot of these battles in the last few minutes. Chesko inside to Low. CO now, but a loose one there from the Unity midfielder, and it's picked up by Sagawa, who'll play this back to his keeper Sandu. Zohar plays it out to McMillan. Forced back into his own half there though. Now Barrett will bring this forward. In the 38th minute here. Rovers 1 goal to the lead. Papakiriakopoulos sends one into the back post. There's nobody there though. That's going to run through, and it's going to be cleared by Francis Powell. Dillon though picks up the loose ball. Another little back flick there from McMillan. Doesn't come off, much to the annoyance of the TSS bench, who want to hold on to the ball more often than they are right now. Francois. Again, no options available to him. He's cutting a bit of a frustrated figure out there. Former Whitecaps man. Grenada international as well, Keishan Francois. Roxburgh now out to hold it. I think Roxburgh is looking to get the ball back. He now does get it back, and he's got some room, but plays it back to Hodut. Nice little touch inside by Hodut. Plays it in there looking for Tommy Powell, but it's brought out by Shmichenko, and the big centre back is steaming forward here. The Ukrainian on the ball, looking probably for a little bit of help now. Rovers doing what their head coach Dan Rusher wanting, holding on to the ball. Kyle Jones now plays it forward to Proctor. Turns back, plays it back to Papakiriakopoulos. Plays it back out to Proctor. Sends one into the box. Again, it's the foot of Eli Guindo that clears it for Unity. Low now. A giveaway there by Unity, pounced on by Zohar. That'll be frustrating to Mike Sheeran. And Dillon now. Another one of the SFU players on the field this afternoon for TSS Rovers. Zohar brings it forward slowly into Jones. Those two have linked up really well in the first half here. And Sagawa out to Papakyriakopoulos. Plays it up the line for Zohar to get onto. He does get onto it. He's penned in a little bit here in the corner and gets it taken off him by Chesko, but Papakyriakopoulos does well to win that back, hit it off the Unity defender and win the throw-in here for TSS, deep in the Unity half. Rovers though forced to play it back again, and they'll try and build it out now the other side. Shmachenko. Through ball through to Habibullah. He fires one from nowhere, and that dipping effort had some power on it. Didn't trouble David Hicks, but a great idea there from the big forward for TSS, the only scorer in the game so far. .42nd minute here at Chase Office Field. Do either side have it to get another goal here in the closing minutes? Would not expect there to be very much time added on at all. Sagawa avoids the attention of Tommy Powell, keeps hold of the ball. Powell still nipping at his heels though. And the Rovers will play it back to Shmachenko. Sandru sends it up looking for Proctor. Rovers could do well to try and get Proctor more involved. He was very lively in the opening 5 or 10 minutes, but really kind of fell out of this one as an offensive threat. Chesko under the attention there from Proctor, forced to play it back to Hicks. The keeper plays it up, but only finds the head of Tyler Dillon. He can't keep it in though. And Unity showing a little bit of urgency now in the closing minutes of this first half. Rovers almost treating it like a training game out there just now, just knocking the ball around with ease. Sagawa plays this out to Barrett, out to Papakyriakopoulos. Kyriakopoulos sends it back forward again. The big foot of Eli Guindo clears it up the pitch for Unity. Xander Roxburgh wins the ball back and is forced to play it back though, and Joey Sale gets that taken off his foot. Kyle Jones with a through ball now for Habibullah. It's Habibullah against Guindo, and Guindo showing a good burst of pace there, but Habibullah recovering well, I felt, but just diving in, giving away a free kick, possibly doing a little bit of damage to himself in the process. And it is going to be a free kick to Unity deep in their own half. Into the final minute now. Hicks sends this into the Rovers half. Only finds Cian Proctor. Gives it away though to Chesko, but Proctor wins it back well. Plays it out to Jones here on the left. He looks up, he's got options in the middle. Plays it to Habibullah. Takes a touch and a turn. Forced to play it back to Jones though. He flicks it inside to McMillan. Papakyriakopoulos making the run, but McMillan chooses to play it back to Jones, who gives it back to C-Mac. Rovers captain, another little back heel there into Papakyriakopoulos, and a clearance there from Unity. Now Hodut's got a chance to bring this one forward for Unity. Well won back there from Danila Shmidchenko, and that is the half-time whistle. As Seo and McMillan come together, nothing in that for me. It was just two players going for the ball as the referee blew. But that is half-time here at Chase Office Field. It's TSS Rovers leading Unity 1-0. 25th minute penalty from Masood Habibullah. We'll be back for the second half of this one in 15 minutes. See you then.
At the end of the first half, TSS Rovers and UDFC 1-0.
Welcome back to Chase Office Field in Langley for the second half of this League 1 BC Men's Division match between Unity FC, TSS Rovers. It's a 1-0 lead at the half for the visiting TSS. 25th minute penalty, Masood Habibullah. The difference between these two teams just now, both teams have made a half-time substitution. We'll get to that one shortly as Unity gets set to kick off this second half. Referee Denzel Sharma gets the second half underway. For Unity, coming in at half-time, number 8, Marcel Bona. Making way, the number 16, Mihai Hodut. A little bit surprised by that. Thought Hodut was having a really good game out there and one of the better players for Unity, to be honest. For TSS, Kyle Jones off at half-time. Coming in, number 10, Matteo Polisi. Still trying to get back to full match fitness. Rovers, this 1-0 lead, if it holds, we'll see them go back to the top of the standings in League 1. Temporarily knocked off this afternoon with the Highlanders win over Notsamot. Papakyriakopoulos plays a long one forward there, trying to find Conor McMillan. McMillan does get it back now.
The scoreboard, for whatever reason, it's not working here. 46-15. Yeah. 46-50? No. 15. Okay. Can you tell me when it hits 50? Can you just tell me? I just gotta wait until it's a minute. Yeah,
Francis Piles intercepted there by Sagawa. Puts it forward to Polisi. Two men around him. Polisi still keeps hold of that. Plays it back out to McMillan, who in turn plays it back to Polisi. And Unity is going to come away with it now. Tommy Powell knocks that one inside. Gets by Dillon. Still Powell with the ball. Plays it through now to Roxburgh. Pokes it back looking for Tommy Powell, who goes down the box. On the edge of the box, I think that is. Right on the edge of the box for Unity. TSS can at least breathe a sigh of relief there. He fell in the box, but the tackle coming right on the edge. Clumsy challenge there. It's TSS bringing everyone back behind the ball here.
we're good now.
Francois and Powell trying to hatch something up between them here for this free kick. Five-man Rovers wall. About to become a six-man Rovers wall. As Seo, Powell and Francois line up. Zohar lying down behind the wall. It is looking like it's going to be Tommy Powell to take this one. And it is Tommy Powell, and he fires one in there. It didn't miss too much past the postage stamp corner there. Certainly got the power on it, just didn't quite get the direction he was looking for. And the Rovers breathe a sigh of relief there. Good start for Unity to the second half, and they need to up the tempo a little bit. Little bit lacklustre and lackadaisical through the first 45 minutes. TSS not really troubled too much at all. Unity did have a couple of chances and a couple of moves forward. Habibullah now. Try to find Polisi, but it's well cut out by Unity, and they'll get a chance to break here. Jordan Lowe running out of room, forced to play that one back. Francis Powell now plays it back up to Lowe. He'll play this back to Ginder, who'll switch it now. And Unity will try and get something going now up the right wing. Runs away there from Joey Seo, and Barrett plays it forward to Zohar now, who will get a chance to bring this forward for the Rovers. Habibullah, a loose one there, well intercepted by Francis Powell, who's going forward, and that was good defensive comeback play there by Habibullah, knocking that one loose and winning it back for the Rovers. McMillan now, back to Zohar. C-Mac looking for some movement, plays that one inside. Polisi. And Sagawa will just play this back to Shmachenko. Polisi gets it back. Proctor plays that one out to Papakyriakopoulos. Shmachenko now, long ball forward, looking for McMillan. Well cut out though by Francis Powell, and Rovers look to get on with that quickly, but forced back now, and Shmachenko has it just inside the Unity half. Polisi now touch and turn into Sagawa. Proctor, he's got a couple of men ahead of him, but again forced back. Rovers not in any big rush in this half. Feel it's going to be another case of patience for them. Shmachenko plays it through to Habibullah, holds that up well, tries to turn, get that inside to McMillan, but Gindo will clear it up the field for Unity, only onto the head of Shmachenko. TSS trying to find something opening up as Polisi drops back to pick this one up. Plays it back to the German, Nick Barrett. Polisi now bringing it forward to Habibullah. That's taken off his feet by Francis Powell. Falls now to Tommy Powell. He'll bring it forward here for Unity. He's got Dillon to try and get past. Dillon did well there to cut that run off, and it's not back by Shmachenko. Back to Sandu. Shmachenko and Barrett have been a excellent centre-back pairing for TSS this season. That victory against Valor in the Canadian Championship, two of the real standout players easily handled everything that Valor threw at them. It's part of the international flavour on this Rovers side. as it's Unity now, trying to get themselves back into this game, back on level terms. The Powell brothers linking up there. Tommy playing it forward, looking for the free kick, getting the free kick for being blocked, and quickly gets onto it, plays it out to Gindo. Chips that one forward, but that's easily just dealt with by Shmachenko. Sandu, great distribution there onto McMillan. Chests it down, knocks it past the player, but then Unity get it back. Francis Powell now. Nice idea there by Francis Powell. Knocked it to the outside of Dillon, but that just has a little bit too much on it. And Tommy can't get that one down. It's going to run through to Sandu, and Barrett will bring it out now up the other side for TSS. Sagawa dispossessed there. Roxborough with a chance, playing in Tommy Powell, and Dillon over well to clear that one. I have to say, Tommy Powell cutting a bit of a frustrated figure out there right now. C-Mac now for the Rovers.
Keep the ball, make them take. Pace it.
Polisi now cuts inside, looking for someone to make a run under the attention there of Joey Sale. Forced to play it back to Shmachenko, and the Rovers again will patiently build it out at the back. Zohar, nice ball inside there to Papakyriakopoulos. And Zohar, a little bit of misunderstanding there with Proctor. Do wonder how much longer Proctor will see on the field. Has been quite ineffective since the opening minutes. TSS do have Keji and Niyihi on the bench. John Joseph as well. Good to see him returning from injury and getting some minutes in that game against the Whitecaps midweek. Oh, the shouting coming from Mike Sheeran on the unit bench just now as C-Mac plays it up to Dillon. Rovers win a throw-in deep in the Unity half near the corner flag here. Barrett plays that forward. Didn't really have too much on that. Easily dealt with by Hajeki. Rovers looking fairly comfortable just now, but they'll have in the back of their minds that late equaliser they gave up to the Whitecaps on Wednesday. That failure to get the second goal really came back to haunt them. Sagawa now out to Proctor. Up the wing to Zohar. "58 minutes on the clock." Francois now picks up the loose ball. He's got space ahead of him to run. He hasn't had too much chance to get involved today. Plays this one outside to Tommy Powell. Francois making the overlapping run, looking to get the ball back. Powell cuts inside, fires one off, and it just hits the outside of the left post there. Sandu had that covered, but just crashes off that left post and out for a goal kick for the Rovers. Sagawa now sends one up the wing, gets way too much on that over the head of C-Mac. It's going to be out for a Unity throw-in midway in their own half. Quickly on with it. Tommy Powell again. He's been very involved this afternoon for the home side. Gindo now bringing it forward. Polisi trying to stop him getting the ball forward. He's forced to play that one inside. Marcel Bona, the half-time sub, haven't mentioned him much at all since he's come on. Again, Tommy Powell getting frustrated with how the play is developing around him. Shmichenko now, long ball forward, looking for C-Mac to try and chase down, but that's going to run through easily into the hands of Hicks, who hasn't had much to do at all in this half for Unity. Hicks will send this one into the Rovers half. It's one and flicked on by Unity, but Dillon with an important foot in there and then ushers the ball out. That's Francis Powell now over for the throw-in. Low flicks that one on to Roxburgh. Thought he was going to play that through to Seal, who was making the run there. Instead plays it out wide to Francois, who in turn gives away a free kick. Referee playing advantage. As two dogs chase about on the sideline, which has probably been the most entertaining thing I've seen in the second half so far. Francis Powell almost slipping. Pitch has certainly seen better days. A lot of dried patches. It's a very hard, bumpy, bobbly pitch. Slow surface as well, which you would have thought would have suited Unity a bit better, but it's TSS that's had most of the play. Hasn't been the most dynamic of starts to this second half though by the Rovers. And they are giving Unity an awful lot of possession here. Francis Powell plays that one inside. It's poked forward now to Xander Roxburgh, who's in and go and flashes that one over. Second time, I think, today that he should have taken that a little bit further in on goal, but has gone for the shot and hit it over instead. Zohar now. Flicked on for Proctor to win, and he does win it. He's getting up the left wing here. Past one man, can't get past the second tackle there. Devon Chesko doing well, and then Gindo hitting it off the Rovers player for a Unity throw-in midway in their own half. Francois inside to Lowe, who plays this for Tommy Powell to run onto. He's got Tyler Dillon breathing down his neck. Powell still has it though. Hits the byline, tries to get past Dillon. Dylan kind of falls on the ball. Didn't see a lot in that, but the decision goes the way of the Rovers man. Rovers slowing the pace of this one down considerably. 64th minute. Mike Sheeran looking a little bit frustrated in the bench area for Unity. It's Francis Powell now, plays it inside to his brother. Little give and go, back to Francis, who gets brought down by Sagawa in the process, and I wonder if this might be a yellow card for the Rover. Keji Adeniyi about to come on for TSS, but they'll wait till this free kick is taken. Have to feel it's probably going to be for Kian Proctor. Add a little bit of pace to this Rovers attack that's definitely been lacking this half. Unity though with a free kick. Tommy Powell standing over it. Lofts it into the box, right into the arms of Sandu, and he'll just fall in that easily. Throws it out now. Proctor lets that get away from him, and it's going to be carried out, and I think we will now see the change, and it is in fact Kian Proctor that is coming off. Keji Adeniyi coming on for the Rovers, the 24-year-old from Mansfield in the UK. Adeniyi still looking to get his first goal as a Rover. Has come close several times so far this season, but will certainly add some pace that has been lacking to this Rovers attack. That sub coming in the 66th minute. Midway through the second half now, still Rovers with this narrow 1-goal lead. They certainly can't sit back and rest on their laurels too much. There's another cheap free kick given away there. Unity managed to keep hold of it as Gindo plays it inside to Hajeki. Out to Tommy Powell. Adeniyi doing well to win that one back as Polisi plays it out to Zohar, who plays it inside to Habibullah. You heard the cleat on cleat there as Habibullah thought he'd won the ball fairly. Referee thought otherwise, and it's going to be a free kick for Unity just inside the TSS half here. Tommy Powell down, just getting his breath. Be a big blow for Unity if he has to go off. Being the most likely person to get his side back into it this afternoon. As Francis Powell on the ball now, forced to play that one back though to Gindo. Chipped forward by Hajeki, cleared though by the Rovers. Unity straight back at it though. On Gindo, uncharacteristically bad footwork from the big man, gives that one away, but he recovers well. The team's tussling in the middle of the park. It's Francois that's going to come away with it now though for Unity. Francois plays that inside, but Barrett with a big foot on it. Gindo again misses his clearance there. And the Rovers all get the ball back. Zohar places forward for Adeniyi. It's nodded on by the Englishman. He's got Habibullah in the middle, but can't find him. That's a poor ball from the winger. Francois now. Papakyriakopoulos wins that one back off him though. Streaks forward. The Rovers would like another whacking shot from him. Barrett now to Polisi. Out to Dillon. He has room ahead of him to run, but plays it back. Darren Rusher trying to get his team to move the ball forward. A loose one there from Zohar forces Polisi back. Do wonder how much the pitch is playing into some of these misplaced passes right now. Ashmachenko will play that back and it bobbles back to Sandu. Polisi tries to get that to Dillon, but Tommy Powell kept it out. He keeps that one in as well. Powell against Polisi. Zohar back well to cover though and breaks that one up. Dillon slips now. Adeniyi slips now. No one's able to stay on their feet at the moment here. And the Rovers win a free kick from that somehow. We're into the last 20 minutes now. Interesting here in the Rovers bench. Message to Keji Adeniyi is you're stronger than him, you're faster than him, you can get past him. Adeniyi battling away, and a yellow card out for the man. He's not been long on the pitch, and already the card comes out there from referee Sharma. As there's going to be a goalkeeping change potentially coming up here. Or was he just handing over the note? I think he's just handing over the note. I thought that was going to be a weird one. It's Joel Badger, the defender, that's going to be coming on for Unity. In fact, it's going to be a double sub for Unity. It's going to be Badger and Kieran Eve coming on. Going to be a couple of subs coming up for TSS as well for this last quarter of an hour or so. TSS holding off on their subs just now. Unity looking to make theirs next time the ball goes out. Barrett now pokes that one inside to Sagawa. Shimachenko, long one forward here for Habibullah to chase. He hasn't had a lot to do in this second half. Gets a shot in there, but that's easily dealt with by David Hicks. Another foul call against the Rovers here. I'm thinking this will probably give Unity the chance to get their substitution made. And there it is. It's number 27, Kieran Eve, coming on. The number 3, Joel Badger. Eve with 1 goal to his name this season. Badger, a couple of assists that we've been able to track for Unity. Unity's assists have been really hard for us to track over the course of the season. Their games not getting put up on the League 1 BC YouTube channel yet. Once they do, we hopefully will be able to catch up with some of those assists, because especially on the female side, they've been banging the goals in. Adenihi now trying to get forward and pulled back there by Hajeki, and another card coming out. Adenihi will certainly be a handful for this Unity defence in the closing minutes here. Shimachenko now standing over the free kick, plays it back to centre-back partner Nick Barrett, and he'll play it back, bobbling on this pitch, back to Justin Sandu. Interesting substitutions coming up for TSS. We'll get to them in a sec. McMillan powering forward for the Rovers, but the Unity get a foot on that to clear. As Devon Chesko sends that one into touch, and that's going to allow the Rovers now to make their substitution. Coming on for the Rovers is forward number 15, John Joseph. Shaya Jarjampur coming on as well for TSS Rovers, the defender. He's going to be coming on for Danilo Shmichenko. Can only think Shmichenko may have taken a little bit of a knock, because so key to this Rovers backline is kind of grimacing and limping a little bit as he comes off the field here. Shaya Jarjampur going to be taking up a spot as a fullback, with Dylan moving into the middle. And Masood Habibullah's day is done, as John Joseph is going to come on for him. TFC Academy alumni. The University of Toronto Varsity Blues player has had a bit of injury, ruled him out of the League 1 campaign last year. He's had limited minutes so far this season. He'll be looking to make his mark in the closing 14 minutes or so of this one. Hasn't been a second half of the ages, got to say that. Could really do with something livening it up for one of these two teams. It's that long ball forward, looking for Francis Powell, but easily dealt with by Tyler Dillon, who has moved into that centre-back role, as I mentioned. Adenihi now trying to get past Hajeki. Hajeki's got to watch his is on a yellow card, and Adenihi sends it into the middle. Gindo forced to turn that around for a corner kick for the Rovers. I think their first corner kick of the second half. Zarjampur over to take this one now for TSS. Everyone back bar one for Unity as Zarjampur sends it in. Referee doesn't like the attention on the goalkeeper Hicks, and it's going to be a free kick for Unity. Tommy Powell brings this down. Plays this one up the wing for Lowe. Touch inside with that one out of bounds. It's going to be a throw in now for the Rovers. Zarjampur plays that to his fellow sub Joseph there. He tried to play it out to Polisi, but cut out by Unity. Chesko now up that right wing, looking to try and play Badger in. But Papakyriakopoulos easily dealing with that. Joseph now twisting, turning, getting past one, can't get past Chesko. Low trying to play that into Pyle. Zarjanpur can't come away with the ball. And Sagawa nips in to play that back to Sandhu. He might have picked that up on the mic. Darren Rusher just calling for some game management now from his side. It's Polisi out to Adeniyi. He takes a touch inside, brought down, and earns a free kick for his trouble as well. Zarjanpur plays that inside to Adeniyi. Back to Zarjanpur. Tries to poke that through to Joseph, but Unity come away with it. It's Badger now. Out to Tommy Powell. He goes down under the pressure from Zohan. Another card coming out there. TSS bench didn't agree with that either. Referee Sharma telling him it's because it was late. I feel that's a bit harsh, as you can maybe hear the TSS bench do as well. Francis Powell forward to Badger. Takes a touch and sprays it now out to Chesko on the right. Chesko inside back to Badger, but just overruns that, and it's going to be out for a Rovers goal kick. As another sub coming up here for Unity. Coming on is the number 28, Jake Weeb. Dylan now for the Rovers. Dylan sends that one long, looking for Adeniyi, but it's won by Unity. Bona gets that taken off his foot though by Polisi. Polisi now gets the ball back, sends that one forward. Kind of looking for Joseph, but didn't quite have the full direction. It's cut out there by Gindo. Badger just dispossessed there by Papakyriakopoulos, who sends that one up the left wing for Joseph to chase down. Just runs out though ahead of the young striker. Rovers win a free kick. The pace has really dipped in this second half. Rovers though happy, I'm sure, just to come away with the 3 points. They're not going to care how they got them. As we move into the 84th minute, time running out fast for Unity, but as we saw in that midweek game against the Whitecaps, whilst it's just a 1-goal lead, they're still very much in this one. Tommy Powell now. He's got Zarjanpur in front of him, plays it inside to Francis Powell. That ball now out to Badger. Gindo gets that one taken off his foot from Polisi, but does well to recover and get it back. Pokes that one forward to Chescu, plays it out to Badger. And a push in the back there from Badger on Papakiriakopoulos, and it's going to be out. Another sub now coming up for TSS. Grant Verhoeven about to come on for TSS. Sandu plays that out to the wing. It takes a touch off Tommy Powell, and it's going to be out for a Rovers throw-in. Ali Zohar about to make way for Grant Verhoeven here, as Dylan just lets that one run out. Ali Zohar certainly put in a good shift this afternoon for the Rovers. Grant Verhoeven, the young midfielder, another one that comes through the TSS Academy. Adenihi does well to turn there, and Unity forced to play that one out. Polisi and Adenihi trying to conjure something up for the Rovers as the ball played into the middle. Now Unity is blocked by Joseph into the arms though of Hicks. He sends it up. It's 1-0 by Verhoeven. Verhoeven back inside to Polisi. Still Polisi. The loose ball picked up by Badger, but Papakiriakopoulos doing well to get over to block that. Unity quickly on with the throw-in. Verhoeven does well to win that back for the Rovers. He had Joseph there as an outlet, turns back though to McMillan, who's bundled over. And it's going to be a free kick for TSS. 87th minute here. Can TSS put this game to bed? The two fullbacks, Sagawa and Papakiriakopoulos, standing over this. After the strike Nico had on Wednesday night, I'd let him have another go from here. He told me he's going to hit another one today. Let's see if he can. Free kick finally taken there. A lot of time run off the clock. There's a tackle there on Zarjanpur, and it's going to bring out another card for the referee, this time on Jordan Lowe. Zarjanpur down in a lot of pain. Unity bench feeling that's a soft one. Defender Brennan Slaughter about to come on now for TSS. Conor McMillan, the captain, the man to make way. Rovers bench asked for some good game management. They're certainly getting it here. I think to the frustration of Unity. Haven't seen a lot of Brennan Slaughter this season. He is a Trinity Western Spartan from way back in 2019. plays for Langley United, was in the Fraser Valley Soccer League All-Star team this past season. Zarshampur up. The substitution just getting held off for now while the Rovers have this free kick. Zarshampur sends that one forward for Adenihi. Good turn and gets the better of Francis Powell there, but penned in to the corner flag. Powell trying to poke it away. Adenihi showing his strength there to hold off that. Flag went up, referee placed advantage though as Unity bring this forward. Thomas Powell now. Great tackle there by Zarshampur. Powell on quickly. Throws this one up the line to Jordan Lowe. Grant Verhoeven over there, and that's going to be another card. I've lost count of the yellow cards. Maybe the referee assessor can let me know how many there's been, because it feels like a lot. Might be getting into the double figure mark at this stage, I think. Hasn't even been a dirty game. Just little cheap fouls here and there. Conor McMillan making way. Brennan Slaughter finally coming on now for the Rovers as we hit the 90-minute mark. We'll watch the fourth official to see how much time is going to get added on. 5 minutes stoppage time getting added on. Powell sends this one into the box. Off the head of Verhoeven. Only as far though as Bona, who sends it back out to Thomas Powell. He chips that in, looking for the header. Badger's bouncing out, but Badger has a shot. Deflects off Nick Barrett. I don't know he knew too much about that. And the ball finally cleared up and over the stand there by, I think it was Brennan Slaughter, the sub that's just come on. TSS bench surprised with the number of minutes. Not at all with the amount of time wasting that's going on in the last few minutes by the Rovers. Adenihi just kicks that anywhere just now. They just want to get this out of their final half if they can. Hajeki now plays that out to Chesko. He lofts that one into the box, onto the head of Barrett though. Slaughter. Good footwork there by the sub, and he's powering forward now for the Rovers. Lovely ball forward here to Adenihi, and he's got space in front of him to run. Slaughter getting up in support as well. He's also got Verhoeven behind him. He doesn't seem to be in too much of a mind to take this forward though. Zarshampur keeps that in. Up the offside there on Adenihi. This is going to be another stoppage in play. A lot of frustration from the Unity side right now. Certainly getting a little bit chippy on the sidelines now between both benches and the officials, as David Hicks just moved that ball forward about 15-20 yards for that free kick on the offside. Unity though with a free kick from a dangerous position. It's going to be a 3-man TSS wall. David Hicks up at the halfway line here for Unity. Unity still in a battle for first place in the League 1 BC standings. If they can get a point out of this one, they'd be happy. That one played in onto the head there. Off, I think it was Kieran Eve that ended up having that one. In fact, it was Jace Weeb that got the header there. Sandu now. Sends his goal kick up. Adeniyi just can't keep that one in. It's quickly taken, the throw in by Unity. Tommy Powell plays that into the middle. Loose ball bouncing about. Sagawa picks it up. He just gets his foot on it and sends that one up the pitch for TSS. And TSS will slow this one down now. Babakiriakopoulos throwing up the left wing. Battling away there is Slaughter. It's going to be a Unity throw in midway in their own half. It's a long one forward for Weeb to knock on. Now Unity will bring it out the other side. Hajeki trying to find Tommy Powell. Zarshampur goes through the back of him. It's going to be a free kick here for the home side. Tommy Powell over this one again, as he has been for so many of the set pieces for Unity this afternoon. Time running out now for the home side. Played in, well played there. Hicks was up for this one as well. Bona plays it out to Badger. He's forced to play that one back to Tommy Powell. He hits the byline, sends a dangerous one in the box. A great clearance there by Brennan Slaughter. Only as far though as Bona, who sends a low one in. And that's going to easily run through to Justin Sandu. He'll take his time here. And that's the last action of this one. It has not been a pretty picture to watch, you've got to say. It's not been a game for the ages. But it finishes Unity FC 0, TSS Rovers 1. The deciding goal in this one coming in the 25th minute. Masood Habibullah from the spot. 3 points for the Rovers. They won't care how they got it. They won't care how pretty that picture was. They're back at the top of the League 1 BC standings as they get set for a trip on Friday out to the interior to take on Rivers FC. I've been Michael McCall. Follow all our stuff on AFTN Canada, aftn.ca, AFTN Canada on Twitter. We'll be back soon. Until then, thanks for watching, and Mon, they're Rovers.